Content disclaimer: the views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
Greetings. Enter to win 500 grams of silver grains. The 100 subscriber to banksilver.org will win 500 grams of silver, 0.999 grams.
Did you ever wonder if your birth date holds information about your destiny? Why you keep seeing the same number or several numbers? Welcome to Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. I am your host, King Simon. Numbers are not here to control you, they're here to give you guidance. It's time for you to be able to read the numbers.
Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I want to talk to you about an amazing event. It's the Forbidden Conjures Awards going down in Miami, July 30th, 2023. Go to forbiddenknowledge.com where you can pay for tickets. We're giving away 12 amazing awards. We're also going to give away an Audi A4 live at the event with big celebrity guests like Havoc from Mobb Deep, myself, Forbidden Knowledge. Also, we'll have Dame Dash, performances by Donnie Arcade and Cruz. I want to see you there, July 30th, the Forbidden Conjures Awards.
Hi, I'm Lloyd Strayhorn, inviting you to heal with the numbers and cards in person at the Circle of Cosmic Consciousness Retreat in New Orleans. Go to stshealing.com to learn from the Masters, Aquarius Maximus, King Simon, Nina Diamond, Jazz Aphrodite, and myself. Don't forget, New Orleans, August 17th through the 20th at the Cosmic Consciousness Retreat. Register now at stshealing.com. That's stshealing.com. See you there.
It's the numerational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Look here. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. 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 Check your thoughts and keep it moving. Allow yourself to stay in alignment without judgment. Allow yourself to stay in alignment without judgment. How you doing on this beautiful day, July 9th, 2023? Today adds up to a number 5 when you break it all down. Break it all down. Breaks down to a 5. 5 is the number of power, refinement. 5 is also one of the numbers, one of the mental numbers. But it's a mental number of adaptability, improvisation, adaptation, improvisation on multiple beautiful levels. Topic today: Topic today. Topic today. Check your thoughts and keep it moving. Allow yourself to stay in alignment without judgment. Today is July the 9th. One thing about the vibration of the number 9 is universal love, peace, awareness, compassion, selfless service. So people connected to that number 9, if they tap in, must always strive to be in a peaceful, loving, and an aware state, because 9 is one of the intuitive numbers. 9 is a very intuitive number, but it is an intuitive numbers of something coming to a higher heights. After you've done everything throughout your 1 through 9 year cycle or spiral, your thoughts should heighten to the next level, not keeping you stagnant. The negative of the number 9, today is July the 9th, the negative of the number 9 is bitterness, over emotionalism, being fickle, impractical, aimless in whatever pursuits, and being wasteful. 9 is that number of completion, and everything is at higher levels of it. So whatever you're going to accomplish and what you want to complete, put the 9 in front of it. If you want to complete something, put the vibration and the interpretation of the 9 in front of it, on top of it, behind it. And think on that level. Now, the first part of what I'm saying here as a topic is check your thoughts and keep it moving. And a lot of us sometimes have a problem with checking our thoughts. And sometimes the thoughts that we have can lead us down a road that can be destructive to not just yourself, but to others. So whatever is happening in the world, your thoughts are very important. Listen to nature. Nature does what it does, and it's really not worried about what's happening in man and his world. There's a place in Canada called Man and His World. I used to go there when I was young. My family used to take us. Man and His World. It's not nature. And its world. It's man and his world. It's funny that just came back to me. And I think at Man and His World in Canada, I'm not sure if it's in Montreal or it's another part of Montreal. It's another part of Canada where I think we traveled for a distance, probably like an hour to get to this place called Man and His World. And there was a man holding a globe to make us think that man is control of this world. when we're constantly, if you're living in houses or certain places, we're constantly in a fight with nature. Man and his world is constantly in fight with nature, because back in a more ancient times, we worked with the ecosystem of nature. We worked or strive to work in unison with nature. Man and his world, or should I say mankind and his world, is in constant battle with nature. That's why they try to create all types of things to destroy the aerosol, the bad foods, the plastic, and all that kind of stuff to destroy, which can destroy nature. So when it comes to our thoughts, and why I say check your thoughts and keep it moving and allow yourself, Dr. B always say, I allow. Sometimes we have to allow ourselves to stay in alignment without judgment, because sometimes in our aligned mind is where the power is resurrected, where the power is strengthened. So sometimes you have to check your thoughts. And the only way, one of the best ways to check your thought is to be in quiet spaces, so you can really identify, why are you thinking the way you're thinking? Is social media a part of why you're thinking the way you're thinking? Is your family a part of why you're thinking the way you're thinking and why your thoughts are the way they are? Is it children a part of why your thoughts are the way? Is it what you're going through with your health and your body and all that? If man is mine, according to the Kabbalion teachings, then there is a unison of mind that man and woman has to have in order to check their thoughts. So it's important to check your thoughts and learn to keep it moving. That's an old military said, Kim, keep it moving. Keep it simple. So, what's up, bro? So, sometimes it's important that many of you learn to identify what's making your thoughts go left. What's making you want to get angry with yourself or angry with others? What's making us want to get angry with society or afraid of what's to come in society? Because society will throw out all kinds of illusions out there for us to follow. A lot of illusions. And in order for us to overcome a lot of those illusions, we have to find our thought, our pure thought patterns, and keep it moving on that frequency, and don't let the outside forces destroy your inner force, and keep your thoughts purely on the highest form of it, which is love. Love is a high form. Love is the highest vibration. And then there's another spectrum of that. It could be war. What are you warring against? Are you warring against yourself? Are you taking in so much information from this world that has been doing this over and over and over again since I came into this realm? All I've heard about is war here. Since your great grandmama and your grandmother came in this realm, all you hear is about war, war, war. Check your thoughts. Make sure your thoughts are in alignment, and allow yourself to stay in alignment without the judgment of others, without the judgment of the negative part of yourself, because sometimes the negative part of yourself will try to put judgment that you're not doing this, you're not doing enough of this, you're not doing enough of that, you're not doing enough of this. But you have to learn to align yourself, and again, allow yourself to be in alignment. Allow yourself to keep your thoughts on a higher vibratory level. And am I saying don't get prepared for whatever they're trying to throw? No. Have fun in your preparation. Have fun in your preparation, because there's always going to be lower energies that's going to try to promote things that can be detrimental to your mind, or that can bring your vibration down to a lesser level. When the body, or when the body of people is at duress and distress, you can't manifest and build things when you're in a form of duress and stress. There's no building pyramids when you're at a distress or when you're in duress, especially if it's what they're talking about. People can get caught up in the war talk if they want to. But even while the war talk is going on, there's still thousands of other people still meditating to maintain the balance. And those same warrior mindset is not understand that there is a duality of the balance of war and the balance of peace. The best thing you can do and we can do is have a peace of mind, but yet also prepare to maintain this peace of mind, even though society might throw out something here and throw a distraction over here and throw a distraction over there. You got to check your thoughts and keep it moving, even while they're throwing out the distraction. One of the big distractions is Usher and Keke Palmer. It's a distraction. Keeping our minds in this monkey mind and not allowing us to check our thoughts. We're going into distraction. Because when we can make those type of people a part of our discussion is when you truly haven't checked your thought. Yeah, I've had certain friends of mine talk about it, and I'm listening, and I'm like, okay. I came out of the club life, so I came out of listening to that type of music and vibration, and seeing married women and single women dressed the same way that someone like Keke has done, and to put a type of disdain in her boyfriend's heart, so to speak. You check your thoughts. That's why even in that case, you have to check your thoughts, especially as a man. If your woman is a celebrity, or if you're striving for celebrity status, or if you're dealing with someone that is of high status in this realm, then you have to be able to check your thoughts. And you should have been right there on the stage. Say, yo, what you doing? Just say, cool. You know what? That's cool. If that's how it's gonna go down, then you gotta be willing to stay in alignment with what's going on and keep it moving. Check your thoughts and keep it moving. Like, okay, we doing this? Oh, then we have an open relationship. Like back in the club there, it's like, oh, we had women in this corner and women in that corner, and women met men in that corner and men in that corner. Sometimes you just gotta check your thoughts and check yourself and say, you know what? If that person is gonna do that, I'm gonna do it also. It's cool. Let's have some fun. Let's do this. That's a whole nother animal when you're dealing with music life and club life. But to check your thoughts and keep it moving and to allow yourself to stay in alignment without judgment. I can't judge what another person is doing. I can look at it, give my opinion and my perspective from it, but I can't. The judgment at the end of the day is with that person. That person is their own judge. And in order for you to stay in pure alignment, you can't judge that situation that somebody else's. You got to only pay attention to your own situation. And that sometimes is a very hard thing to do, to pay attention to your own circle and your own cipher, because there's other distractions being thrown out there. Checking your thoughts is a mathematical thing, because once your thoughts and your feelings are in alignment, it helps you to keep it moving even faster. It helps you to move even faster without judgment. It allows you to stay in your own alignment. That's why it's important to stay fluid. Stay fluid means you got to be able to flow. Stay fluid like water. Stay fluid like air. Stay fluid like water and air, which both quote unquote elements have water and air in it. So I had to learn over the years, and still learning, how to check the negative, lower frequency thoughts that might try to climb in. And numbers has helped me immensely. And thus why I wrote the book, Numeralization for Mental Stability, a numeralizational guide to recognizing mental instability and staying motivated. It's about staying motivated, checking your thoughts and keeping it moving to the point that you are staying motivated and allowing yourself to stay in alignment without judgment, but staying motivated. And your numbers connected to you are vibrational guides that will allow you to stay in that space. Even when things go wrong, you try to not go with it. Sometimes you feel you had to go down and release that. Okay, you had to release that. But don't release it to the detriment of relationships that you know were positive for you. Don't release it to the detriment of your connection, your positive connection with other family members and all that. If you're going through a moment, that's your moment. Then okay, get that moment that you're in check. Check it. Check your thoughts. Be willing to check your thoughts. Be willing to check your thoughts and keep it moving. Because you and I are the gods of our own universe. You and I are the gods of our universe. And whatever alchemy that you can use, whatever magic that you can use, whatever spiritual system that you can use to allow yourself to stay in alignment without judgment and to check your thoughts and keep it moving and keep it simple, it's what you need to stay alerted upon. Be willing to stay on that energy and ride that wave. Ride the wave. It's all right. I can't tell you how many people have told me how much they love the book and how much it has helped them in their own way. And I'm one of those people that says, don't just go and study. When you deal with my books, don't just study your number, your own number, because really all these numbers run through everyone's chart. Study them all, and when they show up, you apply, because numbers are not here to control you. They're here to guide you and help you to keep in alignment so you could avoid going down the obstructive and the destructive path. So it's important. Like I said, numerology is not psychic. They've misnomered it as some type of fortune telling, when it's really about the guiding. It's about guiding people, to keep them to recognize that even your name and your birthday can help you to check your thoughts. Once you know the patterns and cycles and sequences on how to move and how to become better, allow yourself to stay in alignment even when things are going wrong in your family. Allow yourself, because sometimes your family is going to look towards you for the answers. And some people might be emotional when times are going down and things are going down. That's why, back in the day, I took disaster preparedness classes with Aton. And although, Aton is one of those brothers, Aton Edwards is one of those brothers that can be very hardcore, I always brought the fun and the pleasantries out of disaster preparedness, the simplicity out of when he could be very technical, I can be very simple, because I allow myself to stay in alignment without judgment of him and how he was raised, and out judgment of certain military people that used to be around us when we was training, or certain other people. Sometimes you got to be in your own moment, even while you're around others. So disaster preparedness and awareness allowed me to understand that people need hope. People need hope. Because if this world, or this world was been around for thousands or millions of years, obviously the ancestors or our ancestors lived on hope that their children's children will become better. So you got to check your thoughts. You got to check your thoughts and keep it moving to a higher vibratory level. Allow yourself to stay in alignment without judgment. Without judgment of what's happening outside of you. Only thing you can judge is what's happening within you. Only true thing you can judge is what's happening with you. Your child might act up. You might judge that child and say that child is this and that child is that. If you didn't raise that child to understand the duality of the two sides and why things should be respected, then of course you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem, or you're going to have a something that may seem like it's a problem, but that so-called problem had a solution and still has a solution to it, because every problem, there's a solution. Every problem in this reality, there's a solution. But in order for you to identify it, you have to check your thoughts. If you want to identify problems and solutions, you have to check your thoughts. Keep it moving. Keep it simple. Allow yourself to stay in alignment and understand that you'd rather be a part of the solution than a part of the problem. And those that come on my live, I hope that you're a part of the greater solution and not a part of problems. Whether you're doing whatever you got to do for yourself or your family, be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. Because, like Ian Levant Zant said, the problem and the solution is always in the same room. The problem and the solution to everything is always in the same vicinity. It's always in the same room. When it comes to your problems and your solutions, it's always in the same mirror. Ask yourself, look yourself in the eyes in those mirrors. Those mirrors that you have in your house, or that one room that you have mirrors throughout that whole room, that room. Look in your eyes, because the problem and the solution is always in the same mirror. And you can solve your problem. You can solve your problem. And many of us have along the way. When we used to do puzzles as a young child, we used to see all these different parts and these different parts to this puzzle. And we don't know how we was going to put it together as a child. But then we got one piece, we connected it with another piece, another piece, and another piece. We started seeing the problem, and then we started making a solution. If you used to do puzzles when you was younger, go back and do puzzles again, because that will remind you that solution is in the same room and in the same mirror of the problem. Always been there. It's always. And you have to recognize, you got to recognize those problems and allow yourself to stay in alignment so that solutions can come. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Everything is going to be all right. Because one thing we all know is that we're going to transition from here one day. Hey, we can transition from a nuclear war. We can transition naturally into our sleep. We can transition from getting car accidents and falling into a manhole, or transition anyway. Congestion, bad health, whatever. We can transition, cancers, all the different C words and all the different mucus problems. We can pass on and at any time. But it's what you do between the now and the then. It's going to make the difference. So check your thoughts. Keep it moving. Catch those thoughts. When they try to come into you negatively, catch them by putting something positive in it. If, according to their science and their studies over 25 years, it takes 16 positive to knock out one negative. According to studies in MIT, 25-year-old to 30-year-old study, it takes 16 positive to knock out one negative. So if that's the case, what do you think we have to do in a world that promotes, or a society that promotes? Because the world, nature doesn't promote the negative, although there are positive and negative happening in nature right now that we don't even know of, that we don't even see. There's an ant and a bee fighting with each other right now, or there's another insect with a spider battling right now. And we might think that's negative, but that is positive for the ecosystem to exist, to keep and maintain this balance. But we as the human, we have to check our thoughts and allow ourselves to stay in alignment without judgment. All these things are just words, but there's something about the meaning of those words that can help us to move forward, to be better. So when things do happen in our family and things happen around us, we realize that, let me slow down, let me reassess, let me meditate, let me prepare, let me allow myself to stay in alignment. Because even if you're staying in alignment, even while war is going on, and we've been through a few wars while we're here in America, we've been through some different things in America, and they have been through a lot of stuff across the seas. But still, people are still alive. There's still children that are playing. Still young people that are playing, no matter if it's going, even if they are in a rural area, or they seem like they're impoverished. Children still play. Children still enjoy themselves. They find a way. So one of the best ways for you to check your thoughts, and keep it moving, is to think like a child. and allow yourself to stay in alignment with the childlike playfulness. Because even during 9/11 and all the pandemics, we were still telling jokes and having fun. And I remember even during 9/11, when they shut down everything, the club was still packed. The nightclub was still packed. It was the initial blunt of the 9/11, everything got shut down. Boom, the club was still packed. During the pandemic, there was still people online enjoying the Kid Capri's and the DJ Jazzy Jeff and the comedy shows online and the stuff that we were doing, the stuff that Rich was doing, the stuff that Sonetta was doing, the stuff that all content creators was doing. There were still people enjoying life. It's all right to check your thoughts and keep it moving. And if checking your thoughts and keeping it moving is by watching Brother Rich or watching me or watching Billy Carson, then go ahead and watch. Anything that's going to allow you to stay in alignment and without judging what's happening in the world. And what I'm not saying don't prepare. Oh, I'm a preparedness expert. I teach preparedness. I just haven't done it in a while. I'm kind of rusty. But if they shut down certain things, I'm not going to starve. Put it like that. You see all the nature behind me? There's a whole lot of food in nature. Whole lot of food. There's a whole lot of leafy and greeny vegetables in nature. A whole lot of laxative if you want to move your bowels out there. There's a whole lot of laxative. Look at that. That's food back there. It's food. Oh yeah. Your brother know how to make food. My mother, she it's in our DNA. My father, my grandfather, it's in our DNA to be able to till the land and create what we have to create. So, again, before I close out, check your thoughts. Keep it moving. Allow yourself to stay in alignment without judgment. Remember, tonight I'll be speaking with Dr. Phil Valentine tonight. It's a double header tonight. Dr. Phil Valentine comes on at 7. We're going to talk about the dark matter think tank, and we're going to talk about the metaphysical replay. Dr. Phil Valentine is on tonight. And at 9 o'clock, we have Raziki talking about Tantra and Beyond the Table. What is the healing force behind Tantra? Why a lot of our Nubian brothers and sisters and our Afro-Asiatic brothers and sisters are resurging and bringing back Tantra to the forefront, not just from a sexual perspective, but from a healing perspective, because Tantra is not just about sex. Kama Sutra is not about sex, not just about sex either. There are different dimensions to a lot of this. And I'm going to have somebody on tonight at 9 o'clock after Phil Valentine. She's going to come on. And then on July the 12th, we have author and magazine owner and also spiritual advisor Aisha J. Sims will be on January the 12th. And then on the 16th, we have the Watkins. The Watkins is coming to town. The Watkins are coming to town. Alicia Watkins, Dr. Alicia Watkins, and Dr. Boyce Watkins coming to town. They'll be right here with us on King Simon Presents Only Quality People. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. Check your thoughts. Keep it moving. Keep it flowing. That's what I mean by keeping it moving. Don't become stagnant. Don't become stagnant. When things seem to be stagnant, that's where you need to go within your thoughts and within your energetic spiritual. I say energetic because it's energy. Within your mental and spiritual capacity, and then bring what you need to the forefront, because all of us are here for a distinct reason to do something great. Your numbers can reveal it. Your astrological energy reveals it. Your cardology energy reveals it. It's there. So when you do book sessions with people like me and others, pay attention to what is being said and be open to everything that comes through. One of my good books, Numerology for Mental Stability, a numerational guide to recognizing mental instability. That's what it's all about. Recognizing, being able to recognize any type of instability, but yet stay motivated. And I know for sure, because I'm a testament of the guiding apparatuses of numbers keeping me aligned in my peace. No matter what's going on, no matter what goes on with my children, they might be taking the negative, lower frequency road of their mathematical frequency. I stay high. I'm not going low. I'm not coming down to your level. I'm going to strive to encourage them to stay on the higher level. That's my job. That is my mission, to encourage you, all of you, from your own mathematics, your own numerical value, your numerical scope, your numerovation, to help you to allow yourself to stay in alignment. And your numbers is that guide. From 1, if you're born on the 1st, all the way to the 31st. They're not just symbols of things that you just look at. Our great ancestors before Pythagoras understood this, understood the patterns and cycles and sequences of things, times, the universe, and all this, and they paid attention enough to be able to present it to us, and then we developed it. Many of us have developed it over thousands and thousands of years to understand, to become what we call numerology or astrology or cardology today, and tarot and all that. It developed under different cultures. It developed under different places. When people went in, pillaged, took, they developed. People sometimes went in, stole, took, and developed their own system. Is their system wrong? No, it's right. And it can serve a purpose, because everything has their duality. So be open. And when you do a session with me, I think I have only 5 slots left. 5 slots left in the month of July. Once you're willing to text, if you want to text me your full name and date of birth, I can give you some guidance. I don't know if I can help you, because at the end of the day, it all begins with you. But you have to be open to what is said in the session and what type of questions you put out there. Because I thrive off of questioning. In my session, I love the question. And remember, it's not psychic. But many people will come to me and say, yo, you say you're not psychic, but yo, you tapping in. Because the numbers are universal symbols. And numbers can tap in to the principles numbers can tap into the principles of the cycles, the recognizable cycles of everyone connected to a name or a birthday. So even if you come from someplace and you didn't know your birthday, if you got a name, numbers can tap in. The name, the letters, everything can tap right into certain gifts you may have that you haven't been using. Numbers are here to recognize and reveal. It's not here to tell you what to do. It's here to say, hey, we suggest that you would have a better outcome if you do this, or if you go down this road, and avoid the negative of that. This is that It's objective. It's not subjective. It's going to give you the positive and the negative when you do a session with me. I give you the positive and negative. I can't just give you all this positive and you want to hear all this glory about your ass when you know you got some negative things going on also. So yeah. You know, and whatever vibration that you choose, has a mathematical meaning. Whether you're dealing with your somebody, the person just asked a question about given name I don't care if you change your name 100 times. That name that your mama and daddy gave to you is still a resonant energy. It was still a formative, because remember, we have formative years. So for the first 8 years or 10 years of that name that you had from your birth certificate, it's still with you because it's formative. That's what you was developed into, and you still carry that energy with you. Formative years. So I don't care if you have a new spiritual name and you the new Ifatunde Babalulaye Oludumare. If your name was Leroy Bartholomew Jones, guess what? Leroy Bartholomew Jones, that name still has a resonant energy because it was a name that was chosen to you from your mother and father. And sometimes you got to learn to honor thy mother and father, that your name may be long. And although people say, oh, those are slave names, yes, they could be slave names. It could be whatever they want to be. But the mathematics is not going to. The mathematics of those names will reveal what those names really are and why your mother or your father resonated with those names to even call you that. And I guarantee through mathematics, you heard what I said. I guarantee through mathematics, you'll see whatever you've chosen after you've been Leroy Bartholomew Jones, that it resonates with your chosen or spiritual name. I have seen it with myself numerous times. And I've had different performance name, and I used to choose different rap names and reggae artist names back in the day. I've seen it. Patterns, cycles, and sequences follow you. No matter what you change, even the handles that you choose on Instagram tells me something that you're connected to from your original name. That's how deep it gets. It might connect to your first name, it might connect to your middle name, it might connect to your last name, but it's gonna connect. I remember last week, person kept on saying, why I keep on seeing eights. And then I said to him, your life path is an 8. When I added up his whole birthday, it was an 8. He born in 1988. His first name added up to a 17, which is an 8. His middle name added up to this was an 8. His last name added up to a 35, which is 8. Duh. Why I keep seeing 888? It's all in your name. I'm going to look for the mathematics, all of it. I'm going to look for it from your soul urge to your expression, through your destiny. I'm going to look for all of that. I look for the master numbers in your name. I look for angel numbers if it tells me that I need to tell you something about your angels or angle numbers. I look for all of that in your name. I look for it in the year you're born. So if you're born in 88, 99, 77, I look for that too. Because in Vedic numerology, they take off the 19 most of the time and just use the last 2 digits. So if I see it, I'm going to talk about it. Vedic numerology, or some people like Brother Amen Ra would call it Nubian numerology. Okay. Come see, come saw, tomato. Call it whatever you want. You can call it Baphomet numerology. I could care what else you call it. If I see it, I'm going to break it down because my spirit said to go towards that since I have you on the line. And remember, all of the sessions that you do with me are recorded. I don't keep it. I send it to you, and it's deleted from my Google recording a month or a week or a month later. So you got to download it to whatever you have, an apparatus, the flash drive. I suggest you download it. I definitely suggest you download it. Very important that you do the download. So, you'd have to text me, find out, because it's not that much for 30 minutes, a 30-minute session. I don't do hour sessions because most of y'all can't handle 30 minutes. Hour sessions is like, you want to do a long-ass dance. I don't have time to do the hour sessions. I'd rather the 30-minute sessions where you have to unpack it for yourself. And remember, come with the questions. I like questions. Whether you're dealing with relationship, health, wealth, whatever you want to go through, wherever you want to go with it, go. And I will let you know. If I'm telling you, I'm not telling you that I'm going to predict something. There are some numerologists and astrologers that were able to predict death or certain, but I do numbers. They recognize patterns, cycles, and every one of us have a cycle and a sequence that we will transition from. All of us have that cycle. We will transition under one of our cycles that may be challenging or maybe one of our critical cycles. I've seen it all. I've studied celebrities, and every time, or a health cycle, transition, because by the time we reach those cycles, if we didn't do nothing to offset it and prevent it, then there it is. Those are the cycles you might you're more than likely going to transition under. Dr. Blair did. Dick Gregory did. Prodigy did. Francis Cress Wellington did. Every time I look at the studies, I'm like, wait, whoa, hey, the Don Cornelius did. And he took his own life. Robin Williams. If you look in my book, I talk about Robin Williams and what cycle he was when he took his life. I talked about Don Cornelius and what cycle he was when he took his life. Whether you believe it's Illuminati and all that kind of, whether you believe it or not, the cycles still reveal. Man planned, God laughs, the numbers reveal. It reveals why man's plan, God's laugh. Why man planned and God laughed at it. It reveals that. That's what the numbers. You can go on my link tree right here. Go on my link tree on my of Amazon. It's sold on Amazon, but you go on my link tree and it'll take you straight to the link. All 4 of my books are sold through my link tree right here on King Simon. I am King Simon right here on IG. You could go to my link tree in my profile section. Just press that button. It'll take you to all my links. All of them. You know what I'm saying? So again, y'all remember the saying? Man plans, God laughs. And like it used to say in the Holy Quran, Holy Quran, man planned, but Allah is the best of planners. Okay. Man planned, God laughs. Numbers reveal. It reveals why God laughed at your plan, because maybe you weren't in the right cycle. And numbers reveal the patterns, cycles, and sequences. That's why numbers is the language of the creative force. Numbers is, I have no doubt about it right now. As I've been growing up into this and studying it in the 5%, in the Ansarullah community, in the Nation of Islam, now I understand why mathematics, like my brother Joshua Sarah says, mathematics is so important. The word math comes from ma'at. Mathematics is so important. That is the language. That's why these scientists try to throw out mathematical sequences and tones and all that out there in the universe to talk to other energies and other entities. You know what they're doing? It's all mathematics. It's all numerical. It's all numerology. anything dealing with numbers is the study of numbers. Don't get it twisted. Any application of any form of math and numbers is the study of numerology, because numerology only means the study of numbers, and it's application on multiple levels. I'm loving it. I love it. I am loving it. So if you want to book a session, I have 5 slots left in this month. And then I'll be in August. And then I'm going to be turned up because the series is kicking off nicely. The television series on 4-bit knowledge has kicked up real nice. And people are studying, and I'm glad people are studying. I had a session with somebody from Dubai the other day, people from China. I've had sessions with people in Germany. I've had sessions from military people around the world, in Canada. I'm having sessions from different people, and it comes in slow, but yet it comes in a good wave. It comes at the right time, in the right cycle. So I'm in an 8 personal month right now. So I'm paying attention to what's coming and who is coming, because when that number 8 shows up in any part of your chart, especially if it's a personal month or a personal day or personal year, always look out for the balance of either gain or loss. Gain or loss of relationship, gain or loss of people, gains of loss. You have to always look at money. I know people like to call 8 the money power number, but it's really the energy. And are you going to maintain and grow your energy, or are you going to lose your energy because you wasn't disciplined enough? And because the number 8 is the number of discipline, order, structure. It looks like the infinity sign, but it's not the infinity symbol. It appears to look like it's an appearance. 8 is not the infinity symbol. It appears to look like it, so people run with that. Infinity symbol was a symbol specifically designed different than the number 8. Totally different. However, because people's thoughts are things when they look at the 8, because it looks like an erected infinity symbol, they call it an infinity symbol. And hey, whatever you're going to call it, as long as you're using it for the benefit of you, good. You could call it whatever you want to call it. But if it's resonating with you that way, then you go with that. Because then your mind is creating the infinite cycle that the 8 is supposed to project, or what the infinity symbol is supposed to project. So it's all right. Go with that. I go with it sometimes when I deal with people in their sessions, because my spirit said go with it. So if you start seeing the 8 is actually looking at 2 zeros placed on top of each other. Because if you Google up what the infinity symbol was really look like, you'll have to fill in the blanks to create the 8. It has a look that it originally looked like that doctor, I forgot the name of the doctor that put it up, the infinity symbol, who came up with the infinity symbol. But it was a curve on this end and a curve on that, and then it was a gap in the middle. That's what they created. That you'll have to connect the line to create the 8 or create the infinity symbol. It started morphing into a symbol that looked like the number 8 over years. I'm just showing you that I'm studying. Not taking away what you believe the number 8 is. Just showing you that there was an evolution of that symbol called the infinity symbol. There's a morphing that it looks like the 8 today. And then when you go to other languages, 8 doesn't look like 8 that we use today. If you go to cuneiform and you go to Arabia or Hebrew and Amharic and all that, 8 is not the same symbol. It looks different. But it goes to show you everything has its cultural nuances. It's cultural that so you can go there if you want to go to Abjad. You can go there if you want to go to Kabbalah. If you can go there if you want to go to Japanese, and you can go there. Now it's all depending on how you receive it culturally. And being able to use the cultural nuances of those numbers and their symbols. I stay with the universal symbols that we have gathered throughout the years and that we call the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so on and so on, into infinity. That's why that infinity symbol was created. It looks like two C's opposite of each other. If you look at the original infinity symbol, it looked like two C's opposite to each other. Two C's facing each other. The letter C, it looked like the letter C facing each other. The original symbol of infinity. Just telling you how there was a change over years, like everything else. We don't stay the same. I don't look the same way I look when I was in my 20s, in my teens. I've changed. Things change. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I had a beard in my 20s. I had a beard in my late teens because I was in the Ansarullah community. I had a beard, so I grew a beard. There's pictures of it. I have pictures of myself. I look older, I believe, back in those days. I think I'm looking more younger today, which is crazy, but it's what it is. I'm taking care of myself, taking care of my mindset. We're about to close out, so again, family, check your thoughts. Check your thoughts. All right, and allow yourself to be in alignment without judgment. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be.
Greetings. Enter to win 500 grams of silver grains. The 100 subscriber to banksilver.org will win 500 grams of silver, 0.999 grams.
Did you ever wonder if your birth date holds information about your destiny? Why you keep seeing the same number or several numbers? Welcome to Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. I am your host, King Simon. Numbers are not here to control you, they're here to give you guidance. It's time for you to be able to read the numbers.
Hi, I'm Lloyd Strayhorn, inviting you to heal with the numbers and cards in person at the Circle of Cosmic Consciousness Retreat in New Orleans. Go to stshealing.com to learn from the Masters, Aquarius Maximus, King Simon, Nina Diamond, Jazz Aphrodite, and myself. Don't forget, New Orleans, August 17th through the 20th at the Cosmic Consciousness Retreat. Register now at stshealing.com. That's stshealing.com. See you there.
Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I want to talk to you about an amazing event. It's the Forbidden Conscious Awards going down in Miami, July 30th, 2023. Go to forbiddenknowledge.com where you can pay for tickets. We're giving away 12 amazing awards. We're also going to give away an Audi A4 live at the event with big celebrity guests like Habit from Mobb Deep, myself, Forbidden Knowledge. Also, we'll have Dame Dash, performances by Donnie Arcade, and Cruz. I want to see you there, July 30th, the Forbidden Conscious Awards.
So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerator, using the numbers or quote-unquote numerals and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.
It's the Numerological Session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Base. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numeralization for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now.